later on, our very special guest has a little giveaway on the go. So stay tuned to find out how you can win some amazing prizes.
Ooh, bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah. Hello and welcome, Disney fans, to our first ever episode of 2 Ears and One Mic. I am joined, obviously, by the lovely Disneyjackster, my co-host.
I feel like I'm going to go. Just adding my own sound effects into this, everyone. I feel like I'm hitting, on those keyboards at
Oh
school.
yeah,
Making
yeah, yeah.
random noises.
DJ, DJ.
DJ. Well, no, thank you for the introduction. I mean, no one will know this. Well, actually, no, you will because we'll probably post it. We've just spent 20 minutes. I don't even know how to explain. What were
Um,
we doing?
I think we were Swedish chefing it up.
Yeah.
There was lots of and a lot of scares being very scared to introduce our first episode on here.
First ever episode.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited to see where this will go. And
I remember when you first mentioned it, and I was just like, you know what? That is going to be cool.
yeah, yeah,
Like, got to do this at some point. And here we are.
yeah. Like a month later, I think it's been sort of like a month in the making
Yeah.
of doing this, and yeah, and now a month on, I'm thinking, this is scary. This is scarier than what it looked to be.
Uh, oh, I'm buzzing now. I was like, it's like, as it started getting closer
Yeah,
to our first recording, I was like, you know what? We've got it. Now we've got like, we know what we're going to talk about. But to be fair, there's so much to delve into.
yeah, there
Like,
is.
I feel like if it was just recording non-stop, we probably could do like the whole series.
Yeah. It'd be like is it so today's episode is an 8 hour recording.
Each hour recording. Please make sure you're going on a very long drive or going on holiday. Just listen to the podcast non-stop.
Ultra marathons is also good for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Joe, how has your week been?
it's not bad, not bad. It's just work has been a bit quieter than what it usually is these
Hmm.
last couple of weeks. Um, but it's slowly picking up, so it's all good. I know in your week you've had some exciting news.
Well, yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy one. Let's start with the positives. I mean, first of all, I got to do a awesome Loungefly collab
Yeah,
with the Discus backpack, which is just amazing. And number one Cinderella fan, number three in particular, it was kind of like best suited for me. But no, I was just amazed by it. Like a few months ago, I didn't even think I'd get one kind of collab at all. So to have that is just like incredible. And then, of course, last night the Disney Parks UK video went live on TikTok.
it was so cool to see, and it came up on my girlfriend's feed first time
Yeah.
that I'd seen it like naturally, and it was so cool to see.
But I didn't even know it was going live then. And then all of a sudden, like someone tagged me in it, and I was like, "What?" And then obviously we got to talk about it on the quiz last night with
Yeah,
everyone. And then I've had a couple of messages this morning from people like, "Oh, I love your Disney account." I'm like, "Wait a
what?
minute, how do you know about that?" And then my friend, one of my friends from uni, her sisters, just be like, "Why has Jack come up on my for you page?"
That's brilliant.
I'm like,
At least they got into the right algorithm. They got into the Disney algorithm.
Yeah, but I think it's expanded now. I think it's gone on to like normal
Yeah,
like algorithm. But I mean, you know what? It's daunting. It
yeah.
is scary, especially because it's got I think 2 million views on the advertisement. But it is exciting. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
something
so
I
cool.
I never thought that would have been possible at all. Like
I
I was,
know.
I mean, yeah, it's been so. I mean, I know obviously I told you about it.
Yeah,
I was obviously a few people know like outside of Disney. Like I've just told like like very close friends of my partner.
yeah,
But it's been something that's been really hard to keep secret about because it's been like in the pipeline for like over a month now.
yeah, yeah.
About. Um, But yeah, I'm just amazed by it all, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I'm so glad that I had the little, not a sneak peek, but a little telling of what
Yes,
you were up to.
something might be coming soon.
Yeah. So it was very exciting, and to see it come up on even on my feed then, whilst I was in work today doing cleaning, um, we were it was like, oh my gosh, that's my friend. I like on the Disney page, that's my friend. And then I go into the comments and it's just at Disneyjackster, at Disneyjackster. It's so
Yeah,
brilliant to see.
it's been complete madness, and like I said, I'm still in disbelief over it. To be
Yeah,
honest, honestly, I'm just lost for words by it. I'm like just so grateful that I was contacted for it because when I first created the account, I didn't never think that would be possible. But
yeah,
the next, it's like what,
yeah,
what? And yeah, it's been especially after having a rough week like last week. I was like, well, it started this week actually, I
yeah,
guess. I was like,
yeah. And
like,
why was it a rough start of the week, Jack? Was it something to do with being in jail or something like that?
oh, I mean, I'm a frequent visitor to the jail. I mean, they've got a cell with my name on it.
Yeah. Just constantly reserved for you. The second time being in the old Instagram jail.
I know. And I don't know if many of you guys know this, but this is like my fourth time. And to be fair, this time, I don't really feel like it was my fault. It was a bit unexpected, to be honest. I'm just always on my phone. I'm always on my phone because of work and stuff, and I'm always on my phone anyway day to day. So I'm just always on my feed. Like I don't even mean to do it. So if I'm liking posts, it's not to do it on purpose or like
Yeah,
to try and get follows or anything like
yeah,
that. I'm genuinely always on my phone. So I was like, what?
yeah, yeah.
It was a fun few days.
Fun few
Well,
days of arguing with Instagram support.
Instagram support, like 5 days worth, and at least you know what? At least it got resolved in time, and it was it's nice to be back. But it was you know what? It was horrible in the way because
Yeah,
obviously I wanted to talk to everyone, but then I felt like I couldn't because I didn't want my account to get even more restricted.
yeah,
So I was trying to stay off my Disney account as much as possible, and I'm like, I miss everyone on it. Like obviously, I know I was able to talk to you and stuff
yeah,
as normal, but like I wasn't able to check what everyone's up to. I couldn't really look out, who's going on a Disney trip. I
yeah.
couldn't see really what was going on. I could have like a quick glance, and then I'd have to go back onto my main Instagram.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I've been fortunate enough to never been in the old Disney jail. I've
Ooh.
no criminal record on my hands, but but yeah, I can imagine it's sort of tough to obviously because like my Disney account has now sort of become my main Instagram account. That's all I use,
Yeah,
especially to talk to everybody and talk to yourself. And is it's tough to sort of like stray away from that. So I can imagine that it was a hard week to not spend talking to or like seeing everybody's updates and things like that.
yeah. I was like, just like it's not even the fact I'm missing out. I just genuinely missed everyone,
Yeah,
and it was crazy. It's like what you said. My Disney Instagram account, yes, I call my personal one my main, but the Disney one is kind of my main
yeah,
now.
yeah,
I'm always on it. Like I'm always logged in. Like that's the one it goes to straight away.
yeah,
So it was a bit of a rough one, to be honest. And the last time it happened was on my last Disney trip in December. I think I got back and I think I was at the airport when it happened and I got banned, like
yeah.
restricted again.
I remember when this happened. Yeah,
And I was like, it's because I've been uploading all my Disneyland
yeah,
content.
yeah,
Like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm like, put my hands up. It's not me. I'm on my phone. I'm not a spam or bot account. I'm just
I've just
there
uploaded memories. Stop banning me.
because of it glued to my phone. Okay, I can't help it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just happy it's sorted now.
Oh yeah, me too. I
God,
mean,
it is.
it's you know, I just hope it doesn't happen again. You know,
Well,
because
yeah, because if I get banned, I mean that's it. That's it. So,
three strikes, you're out. You're gone.
bye, guys.
Okay. Should we talk about our sort of main topics or main sort of things that we're going to be talking about in this episode and future episodes, and like just sort of introduce what we're going to be doing with this space.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're excited to get going. I mean, obviously, we've both been saying about how nervous we are. Well, we
Yes.
are, but we're ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. It's going to be a journey, and can't wait for it. Can't wait to go the distance, as as a hero would say.
Of course.
Yeah. So we aim for this show to bring on some of you guys and give us your stories and your trips and your little anecdotes and things like that, and give everybody a platform to grow. And that's kind of our aim with this. We hope to help everybody out, or like I said, give them a platform.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a community-led kind of podcast, and I think that's why it worked so well when we were coming up with the idea for this and what we wanted to be about. Is that we wanted to be about all of you, just as much as it is about us too. We want to kind of give everyone a voice, to share their love for Disney or share what they've got coming up or any plans. And if it's like social media or if it's just literally come to talk about a specific topic or multiple, it's kind of free for all, really. If anyone's got any like park tips and advice that they want to join in with us on, if they want us to do a specific topic, we can talk about it. We kind of want this to be, as much as fun as it is for us, this is for you guys.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is all about the listeners, and that's what we said from the very start, that we want it to be about you. So,
Yeah.
any suggestions, tips, tricks, fun little things that you want to hear or want to talk about, come on, join us or let us know, and we'll talk about it. So, but yeah, we're excited to sort of get going with this.
Yeah, definitely. And what we'll do is every week we'll put on our Instagram story a question box where everyone can input something if they want to talk about a topic that's going on, or maybe it's a favorite character, maybe it's a ride, maybe it's an announcement from one of the Disney parks. It doesn't have to just be Disneyland Paris. It can be, Orlando. It could be California. It could be Tokyo. It could be any of them. So just let us know where we want to take this week by week basis.
Yeah, definitely. And even if you don't want to hear Disney things all the time, there's other theme parks about. Or we know Universal's having a new the Epic Park open, which is
Exactly.
pretty cool. There's lots of plans going on in the UK for all the different parks here. So
Yeah.
any topic, we're all fair game for it.
They build that UK one, that would be awesome.
Oh, it would be, yeah. But I think Paris is just a little too close, But UK Universal is pretty much a done deal, and that's going ahead.
Yeah, see, I don't want
within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't want a Disney UK. I'm glad it's Universal.
Yeah,
I don't think Disney would suit being here.
we're too miserable. That's
Yeah,
that's the thing.
you'll go and it'll be like people or like someone that's been hired like to work
Yeah.
and like you just like I wouldn't be like happy, because you know what British people like ourselves are like. We'll just moan.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you'll just be in the complaints bit all day.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
But Universal, I feel like it could work because obviously there's so many theme parks like Fort Park and Alton Towers, and everyone
Yeah.
loves that. I feel like it fits the demographic.
Yeah,
I just feel like the magic would be lost if it was here.
yeah. I mean, with Paris, is quite a whimsical and romantic place.
Yeah,
Anyways, it's got that sort of what's the word? Reputation of being that kind of place. I don't know what Britain's got to describe it, really. Grey and dull and
sounds like we're
sad.
hating, but it's
No,
well,
no,
it's true.
never.
Like, it's not.
Yeah,
Well, it's true though. It's not got the same spark. Like I'm sure I've mentioned it to you before.
yeah,
But when you enter Paris, it's like as if you like something just overcomes you, or like you step into a bubble.
yeah,
And I feel like if it was a Disneyland in the UK, it would just be like, right, here's another theme park.
yeah,
And it would just be like Disneyland, like I said, but without the magic, it would just be Disneyland, like
yeah.
miserable.
Do you remember the Banksy project ages ago? It was called Dismaland.
I think it rings a bell, but I can't remember. What was
Oh,
it?
if like you get the time, you definitely go and have a look at it. It's basically Banksy's take on Disney, and Banksy is quite controversial in
Right.
his art sometimes, and it's all it's not anti-Disney, but it's twisted Disney in a way.
Oh, I got you. I mean, they could do like a Universal, not a Universal, a Disney Villains Land here.
Oh yeah, that's
You
right up
know,
everybody's street.
yeah,
Yeah,
they could do the Orlando Villains Land here.
Yeah. Just villains only.
I know. I mean, and now that as well is going to be awesome.
Oh,
That's
100%. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to all the new expansions that are coming to Walt Disney World. There's so much going on at the minute. There's so many of the go away green walls up. Is amazing, but it's the same with Paris. We've got
yeah.
two major bits of the Studios park coming. I mean, with the Frozen and the Lion King, it's gonna be amazing to see when that happens.
Yeah, 100%. And once, more parts of the projects have been released or announced, obviously we can do a full episode talking about them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because I mean, I can't wait.
Oh,
It's gonna be
it's
so
so
cool.
exciting, but it's just gonna be so busy. So
Yeah.
to definitely want to avoid the crowds for the first couple
Oh,
of months.
I won't be there on opening day.
Oh no,
No.
God no.
To be fair, it might be good for the main Disneyland park because everyone will be wanting to go to Studio as well,
Yeah,
Adventure,
yeah, yeah,
and then so we can just go, see the main castle, get on like Space Mountain and Big Thunder really short times.
yeah,
Like, it
yeah.
was
Everything
over.
would be like a 5 minute wait. Walk on. It'd be
Yeah,
brilliant.
I can't imagine how crazy that's going to be.
Do you
That's
know?
going to be like,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I I was at Disney World for the opening weekend of Galaxy's Edge,
Oh wow.
and that was so quiet. It was really strange. You would have
Oh, it was
you would
around. Everyone was going there.
well no, Galaxy's Edge was quiet. It was
Really?
yeah, the actual, Batu and that area of the park. It was dead. It was really strange. I think there'd been like a massive hurricane warning that week.
Oh, okay.
So everybody's just like gone, nah, I'm not going to Disney. I'm gonna cancel it.
And then they probably thought that maybe they had the same mindset we did as well. Obviously, hurricane aside, if they probably thought those people were going to go, so
Yeah,
they probably think, oh, actually, I'll just go like a month after.
yeah,
And I guess that means it would be quieter.
yeah. It was really nice to sort of like walk around Batu, and it was like not a lot of people there. It was still like Disney busy, like Disney quiet even, I should say, not Disney busy. Disney busy is really busy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When I went, obviously Paris in December, it was. I mean, studios was insanely busy, and I was surprised because obviously there's so much work going on at the moment. So it was really weird. But when I went back in summer, it felt like there was a lot more open, and it felt quieter.
Yeah,
It was really
which is
bizarre.
strange.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, but I feel like the times are like fluctuating so much at the moment.
Yeah, it's tough to sort of pick a quiet period at Disney. It feels like
Yeah,
because
I guess
there's
say go now or like if you go back in January.
yeah,
But even in January, it seemed busy throughout.
yeah.
Like I was, checking the app and everything to see what the ride times are, and I'm like,
Do you do the
"Where's
same?
December?"
Do you go on your phone and like, I'll just check what Peter Pan's flight's on. 25
Uh,
minutes. That's
ooh,
quiet.
magic hour, 45 minutes. Oh, okay. I was about to
Uh,
think, all right, it's 1 hour ahead. What's going on over
yeah,
there? We
yeah.
can see
I
parade.
I look at the Walt Disney World app all the time, and they're 5 hours behind.
Oh yeah, of
So
course.
at the minute is like opening time for most of the parks. So it's going to be quiet.
Just imagine
So
all the thousands of people doing their really fast,
you
fast-paced
know,
walks the ride.
I've got I rope drop one day whilst I was out in Disney World, and rope drop Magic Kingdom to go on to Seven Dwarfs because that's where everybody goes.
All right.
Oh my god, you should have seen it. I got to the park at like 10 past 8. Was there straight in. I got to the entrance into Fantasyland, and it was just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there, just waiting at the rope line to go, and everybody's going to Mine Train. You know,
It looks incredible. I
it's
can't
it's
lie.
it's a good ride. It is a good ride, but
It does look good.
everybody's going there, and like if you don't get your Disney walk on, because you can't run,
You have to do
you
the
know,
walk.
you gotta strut your stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? I remember when I was doing it to Crushers last time, and my legs were killing. Like, you know, on my shins, I was like, God.
The shin splints are real.
Honestly, I thought the wheel was going to snap. Because I was going that fast. And like, you know, I'm not a runner. I'm not even a walker.
Yeah,
So
yeah, same.
me doing that speed walk. Oh, especially because I was walking from Cheyenne. I remember this now. Partner and I was like, "Come on, we need to go. We need to
Yeah,
go." Like, hurry up and have the breakfast. And then we were walking all the way, going through security, and then doing like a really
yeah,
fast walk through Disney Village, getting through studios. Oh God, it was crazy.
yeah, yeah. I can imagine. But Crushers Coaster is such a good ride. I love it. It's one of my favorites at the Paris parks.
Yeah, I love them. It's so good. I could go on it like quite a few times and repeated, but I just can't do the waiting.
Oh my gosh, yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's sort of like if I see it like a 50-minute wait, I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'll wait half an hour for it.
Mm.
I'm not waiting any more than half hour for it.
Well,
'Cause-
when we went in December, we saw it was 30 minutes.
yeah,
And obviously, I know that's quite rare. And we didn't realize why. It's because when we were out for dinner at Steakhouse in Disney Village, I obviously were just looking at the app to see, oh, what can we do after we've had our
yeah,
food?
yeah,
And I saw Crushers for 30 minutes and I thought, right, okay, what's going on here? So, you know, I kind of said, right, let's hurry up, let's go. And
yeah.
then we got there and it was like, 30 minutes. I think it was even quicker than that when we actually got to the front. And I realized, oh, it's because the parade was on in the Disneyland Park.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
You
I was
always
like,
got to look out for the parade times.
ah. And to be honest, I was quite tired on the first night and wasn't really too fussed about seeing it straight away. So
Yeah,
that was kind of the plans for the day after. So I wasn't bothered about missing the parade that first night. I was really happy to get on Crushers for 30 minutes.
yeah, yeah, definitely. This may be a controversial opinion.
Ooh.
The first one of the podcast. Maybe if we're lucky enough, I might add sound effects in. Who knows?
Oh, we'll just on our own, like just and it'll just be us doing the Animal Crossing voices.
That's what the first like half hour of this recording was. It was just us doing that and Simlish.
Oh,
But yeah, controversial opinion. I'm not a parade guy.
ooh,
I can't sit and watch them.
ooh.
Like I just
Go on to
when
explain.
when I just rather be on something. So when the parades start, I'm like quite happy because I know that something's gonna be a 5-minute wait and I can walk straight onto it.
Yeah.
I just can't sit there. I just can't sit there and wait and see all of the characters, which are wonderful. The parades are wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I sat through them when I was a kid, but I want to be on a ride.
You know what? I can understand because I always want to see a parade, at
Yeah,
least one. However, I do the same thing. If there's a day after and I'm like, oh, I've already seen the parade yesterday, I think, yeah, I can go on some of the rides quicker
yeah,
for this. I
exactly.
think it depends on what I'm feeling, or if I've just been on a load, then it'll be nice to go and have a little look around.
Yeah,
If I'm already doing shopping on Main Street, which I usually am, that's where
yeah,
you'll find me, just literally browsing at the same stuff for hours on end, then I will be like, oh, the parade's on.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we queued up quite, I think half an hour early for the Christmas one, but I think that's because I've never seen it. And when we went the year before, it was, first time in 10 years. So I didn't even know there was a Christmas parade.
yeah.
I didn't know a thing. So we missed it on the first time we went. So I was determined to go and see it
See
this
it
time.
again. Yeah,
But controversial.
it is. I know, and I know there's a lot of like our friends that we speak to every day who love the parade. You know,
Yeah.
they have to watch the parades when they're on. But yeah, I miss them. Do you know, like I see so many clips of them on Instagram, and I'm sort of like, that's my parade fix for the year. I'm done.
Yeah, because we've always recorded for you. Here you go to Joe. Enjoy his parade clips that
Yeah.
you missed.
Yeah, exactly.
So do
Yeah.
you ever go and, like, for example, say you were going to Disneyland, I don't know, today,
Yeah.
tomorrow. Would you go and see a parade in, like, say if you went for 4 days, would you go and see a parade
No.
during those 4 days at all?
No.
No.
I was in Florida for 2 weeks in end of August and September last year, and not once did I stop to see the parade.
Mm.
I was there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks you didn't see the parade
Nope.
once?
I've seen it, but I was walking with it, so I was, I was getting my strut on. And yeah, I just completely, it was there, and I was walking alongside it. I was racing Rapunzel.
Yeah. Joe Rapunzel doing a relay.
I was on my way to Haunted Mansion. Move.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. Did you see what?
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, I'll
You
give you
see it
that.
posted at a 13-minute wait. You think, oh, here we go.
There we go. To be fair, Paris Phantom has been like 5 minutes every single time I've been on it.
Nice. That's
But
so
I've not
good.
I've not been in Halloween. So
Yeah.
when I
No,
were in December, so I don't think people were bothered about the
yeah.
scary atmosphere.
Yeah. The 99 Happy Haunts. I'm Joe from the editing bay. I may have made just teeny tiny mistake there. It's 999 Happy Haunts. Don't shout at me. I'll let you carry on listening. Thanks. At the manor.
I love it.
Oh, it's definitely one of the best, and I hope it's one of those things that they never get rid of, because it's just, I don't know, it's for me is very Walt. And if you watch on Disney Plus the behind the attractions, and they obviously talk about how Walt wanted a haunted house at Disney.
Yeah.
That's that's where Haunted Mansion comes from, and Phantom Manor is, so for me, is a very Walt ride. It's the same with Pirates.
Yeah, I feel the same with Pirates. Like, it's just one of those classics you just
You
have to
you
go on.
have to.
Got to be there.
Yeah, have to. Don't get me wrong, I won't go on it if it's more than a 15-minute wait.
Oh,
But
no, oh, push 20. I could push 20.
maybe,
Maybe.
but it's just one of those rides you have to do, and it is usually posted at like less than 20-minute wait.
Yeah,
is,
it's not too bad, to be fair.
Yeah, although the queue is so dark,
Oh, yeah.
I can't see anything.
Oh, no, I'm sure I had to put my phone light on. Well, I did, because knowing me, I'll fall over.
Yeah,
I will be that one guy to fall over. Just be
yeah.
like, sorry.
I almost did that last year when I was in the park, and it was like a 5-minute wait. I was like, oh, I'll walk straight onto this now. I was walking. And you know, like the chains and stuff for the queues that they make.
Oh, yeah.
I walked straight into one of them. I almost went flying over this barrier.
You need one of those straps around your head with the light on.
That's what you need. They should give them out at the front. Be like, here you go. Every 15 people or so they can all see.
No 3D glasses, just lights.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right. So, everyone, as you all know, we have our very first guest onto the podcast, the wonderful Steph.
Yay!
Woo, Steph!
Hi!
We get some fire effects going now.
Do,
Like.
do, 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 do.
Pew, 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 pew. Love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's so nice to be doing this with you. It's so exciting. I cannot wait to hear the first part that you've recorded, because that's completely secret to me. And I just hope you're both well and excited for this.
Yeah, so excited. It's been a long sort of build up this week. Obviously, me and Jack have been chatting in the background to sort everything out. And it's been really stressful, but in a good way. We're excited. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's just been a crazy one. When Joe first told me about it, I was like, we've got to do it. And we have to say, we knew straight away we were going to ask you.
Yeah.
Oh,
We knew it.
Straight away, you were our first guests from the very start. You were, when we was like thinking of people, we've made a list of everybody who possibly on there. You were straight away top of the list.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Out of interest, what might it have been that sort of like suckered you in to ask me first?
Because you're so bright and bubbly and wonderful, and you have a great platform as it is, anyways.
Oh, thank you.
It is, be a real pleasure to, delve in a little bit deeper on everything Disney with yourself.
Yeah, cool. Oh, exciting. That's very nice. Thank you guys for thinking of me.
No worries at all. Do you want to share your social media handles for everyone so where they can find you?
Yeah, sure. So keeping it brief. So Instagram is just stephdavis.22. I tend to post things that are like real in the moment there and photos and like little reels, like real short videos. So there you'll get different content to what you tend to get from YouTube and TikTok from me. I tend to find that I like Instagram just mainly for the photo storage, and it's a nice way to like just showcase those little moments that you have. And when I'm in the parks, it's like where I instantly go for that like live update of what I'm doing, what we're eating, and all that kind of stuff. So if you want the in the moment stuff from me, that's the best platform to catch me on for sure. And then with TikTok and YouTube, we're just Steph and Reese. Reese is spelt the Welsh way, so RHYS. But Joe's not Welsh.
Ah, boo, boo.
I know, and it's St. David's Day today as well, so happy St. David's Day.
Thank you.
And yeah, so with that being said, on TikTok, again, we post loads of videos. You tend to see stuff there that you don't see from me on Instagram and YouTube. So there is a video every single day. So if you want a slice of Steph, you can have me every day.
Amazing. Love it.
So yeah, so that's kind of our handles. And YouTube at the moment, we're posting our Disneyland Paris series. We've done a food series for that as well, because we noticed that there wasn't really much to sort of offer in that department when it comes to YouTube. So yeah, and we don't just Disney, we holiday other places as well. So if you just want to be nosy into our lives, we just throw it out there for everyone to see.
Love
That's
that.
brilliant. That's so brilliant. But no, I think we were going to ask sort of the same question. Going on to your most recent Disney trip, how did you find it? How was everything?
Yeah, it was really good. We loved this trip more than any trip we've been on so far, purely for the fact that we had time. I think what we've been really guilty of in other Disney trips, so like Orlando and California, is we're like, oh my God, we've flown all the way to LA. We want to see LA as well, and we want to do all of the other stuff, but we've got 6 days. So then you end up only spending like a day at each park, right? You don't get to really immerse yourself. Last time we went to Disneyland Paris, we wanted to go into Central Paris. Reese had never seen it. I've been a couple of times. So we were like, right, we'll schedule a day for that. And this is the first time that we were like, we're on property for 4 days, no distractions. And it felt like, although we still planned everything, like we knew where we were going to drink, we knew what we were going to eat, we knew whether we were going to have a dining reservation or not, etc. We just had so much freedom as well. And it was the first time that we just really were like, we're in the bubble consistently, no breaking that. And it was just so fun. And it's almost like I fell in love with him all over again. It was just such a lovely experience. Now, don't get me wrong, Disneyland Paris is not necessarily my favorite Disney park. My favorite Disney parks are the California ones because they're so unique, original. There's nothing else like them elsewhere.
Yeah.
But there is just something about Disneyland Paris that feels like home. And I think it's the local park, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just lush. The castle, in my opinion, is the most beautiful. No, not the most extravagant, but the most beautiful.
Yeah, I think I want to agree with you there. I think it is the nicest looking castle out of all of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is.
It's just so like sleek, pink, beautiful. Even the grounds around it, all that kind of stuff.
Beauty trees.
Yeah, the square trees. I love them.
Yeah. And do you know what, actually, speaking of trees, going off topic, you get this a lot with me.
That's the way. We love it. You love it.
I was in the Toy Story Land having a look at the construction update for World of Frozen, and they've planted Woody and Jessie in there in terms of like the new entrance that's going to be there. And the trees, they've started putting the trees in, and they're already shaped. So very similar style to the ones at the castle. So we've still got the squares. They've got like really weird triangular, circular ones as well. So we're going to see a lot more sort of like landscape stuff coming into it as well, which I think is so exciting because when you walk around the parks, there's a lot of trees, but we haven't got the shapes like we do at, the castle. So little side note there.
Exciting. I seeing your posts about obviously going into the paratrooper. What's it called?
The parachute.
Yeah, the parachute. Seeing your little sneak peek over to the new areas. It's they're getting a lot done. Fair play, and so exciting for when that area of the park opens. It's going to be such a good time. I think we've been
desperate for it though, right? Like that's the thing, is that park is Disneyland Paris in general has been desperate for this refurb, and I know we've had to put up with 2 years of those ugly walls and things like that. But my God, the benefit that we are going to have in another 18 months time, once they, keep doing the Lion King and the new hotels and all that kind of thing. I actually said I'm going to be 40 by the time they finish all of this, and then I felt old. But anyway, nonetheless, we're at this point of like, we were so desperate for this expansion. It's nice for Disneyland Paris to get something so different to the American parks. World of Frozen is going to be that, isn't it? It's just 100%.
Fun. I mean, like the only Frozen bit you got in Disney World, for example, is in Epcot, really, in Norway, where you got the Frozen ride.
I think it's Frozen Forever After, and that's the one that we're getting.
Yeah,
it's going to be incredible. I mean, those photos that were on Instagram, I was like, oh my God. And, the ice castle on the hill, I was like, how have they done that? I mean, I feel like it went from like nothing, and then all of a sudden it's like almost done.
It's just appeared, and I think that's why they've wrapped a lot of it up as well, because they know that we're sneaking on that ride to get all the construction footage, and they've just completely wrapped everything, and all you can see is just a tiny tip of it over the back, and I'm thinking, oh my God. But obviously Studio One is opening this year, so we're going to get to see the entrance happen straight away. But I think that expansion, I mean, I'm still predicting May, June time for next year. I think they're going to do that sort of timescales. There's obviously nothing out about it at the moment, but that's what I'm hoping for. When the weather picks up, that kind of stuff.
That park's just going to become such a busy park. Like it, and it is needed, because I think the Studios Park at Paris has really needed some love over the last couple of years. It's not much to offer there, I don't think. I know you've got the Avengers Campus, which is been a great sort of addition to it, but is still needs a bit of love. So the expansion is going to be so exciting.
They broke my heart with nothing Cars themed. I mean, I love Cars so much, but the ride in Disneyland Paris is pants. Let's be honest. It's like 3 minutes of a reimagined, half-done ride, and I am just so upset with it. Like, come on, give us the goods. If you're doing this expansion, just chuck something in there proper. Do you know what I mean? But anyway.
I mean, you know what? I do have a soft spot for the Cars ride, only because it's when my feet are knackered and I can relax on it. However, after seeing your TikTok video of California, the one that went viral, by the way, 3 million views.
3 million views. That's 3 million with an M.
I know. Million. I can't believe it. I never thought a day would come that I would get an M on the end of one of my videos.
It's so cool. So amazing.
So cool. I mean, I can understand why, because one, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But the ride itself is so cool. I didn't even know that was there, because I've never been to California, so I didn't even know about it. And I'm just like, okay, I need to go now.
You know what though? I always say to people, bury me there, because the second you walk down, you just got like all the Route 66 decor, and then you just walk down Radiator Springs, and it is exactly like the film, like identical. And I could just sit there for hours and hours and hours. It is the best place, and that's why, again, like, I'm glad Disneyland Paris is getting the World of Frozen, but we definitely needed something like that as well. But who am I? I'm not on the Imagineering team.
Steph for Imagineering. Steph for Imagineering.
I know.
Let's manifest that. Let's be on the Imagineering team, and that Cars is going to be part of Studios.
Yeah,
That would that would
absolutely.
be amazing. How going back to the sort of California park and walking
Mm,
down Radiator Springs, what's
mm.
it like at night time? Did you manage to
Oh,
see it
Oh,
there when it's
yeah.
all lit up with the neon and
it
it
is
is
just something else,
yeah
honestly. Like we did the traditional Steph and Reese thing. Like people learn that we share meals because we like to eat as much as possible, so we share. And we did the typical thing where we went and got some chicky tendies,
nice.
and we sat in Flo's diner. And I was like, I said to Reese, I said, I categorically know the lights turn on, but every cast member you ask, they say the lights turn on when the sun sets.
Yeah.
We can't tell you tonight what time that's going to be. So you just sit and wait. And we were really nibbling on these chicken nuggets and chips, trying to take our time. And we were like, we don't know how long we're going to have
Yeah.
to sit here for.
Slow-mo, just like,
I know,
ooh.
honestly. But then we were just like, I just said to Reese, I said, look, let's just go and stand out there, you know, stand our ground. This is where we're going to stand to watch it turn on. And oh my God, it was shivers. It's the best thing ever. I've posted a little 3-minute video on YouTube of it. It is just honestly one of the best highlights of experiences at a Disney park. It's just phenomenal. No words.
Yeah, no,
Amazing.
it does look just I don't know. I can't even think of the words to describe it. It looks stunning.
It's really
Um,
immersive.
yeah, I can imagine it is, and
Yeah.
it's just Radiator Springs is one of those places in a film where once it's all lit up in that neon, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
is this is something, and I can imagine
I know.
seeing that in real life
Oh.
is the same. Just wow.
It's the same as sort of like the fireworks for me, you know, like the happily ever afters and
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that. It's that moment there watching those lights turn on was one of those moments for me as well. Like I will never forget that. You know, California's not cheap. It's a really expensive holiday to do. Especially this year with their anniversary. We just found a bargain last year. So we just decided to just take the plunge and do it.
yeah.
And we're so glad we did. But then we're really sad that we won't get many opportunities to be back in that moment again. So maybe that's why those memories feel a bit more precious as well. Whereas obviously like Disneyland Paris, with it being more accessible, you can kind of relive moments more often if you want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, Radiator Springs is definitely special. And just even the rides like you know, the Incredicoaster, we don't have anything like that
Oh
over
God,
this
no.
way. And it's
Like
just such a great ride.
we don't have much of that anyways in like Walt Disney World even.
Yeah.
Like is there's coasters,
Mm,
but there's maybe 3 or 4 which are I would consider like a thrill ride.
mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, especially this side of the pond, we've got not all that much to
No.
offer in terms of coaster. I mean, Hyperspace Mountain. That's
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
it.
It's a pretty good one though.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. Can't argue with that.
It's not
Sort of
one of
like
The one that I love to hate though is Flight Force. Like I am a
Oh.
bag of nerves going on it and I come off it and I'm like, I'm glad I did it. It's a thrill. But like it knocks for me for 10.
You know what? I love Flight Force, but I know what you mean. If you put your neck like the wrong way, you can get whiplash on that ride. You just be like, ow.
Literally.
I
Literally.
missed out on Flight Force when I went on my
Oh.
last Disneyland trip.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
That's a really good question. It didn't do it. We went into Marvel Campus. We did
Oh, I
Yeah.
always win a web slingers. Always.
did that, and we sort of turned around and was like, this Marvel Campus is okay. Turned
Yeah.
Oh.
around and did Tower of Terror instead because that's
Well, I
that's
mean,
my kind of ride, you know.
yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, that's my right. Steph, when you went on your most recent trip, did you do Tower of Terror?
I didn't.
Oh, Steph, you're killing me.
I
Steph,
hate it. I've never rode it. Reese
have
always
you?
goes on his own and I sit and wait. So I say I sit and wait. Hear me out. I can't do vertical drops. And guys, when I tell you that parachute ride that I went on for that construction update, you should have seen me the other side of the camera. I'm like, my legs are crossed because I'm trying to hold my bladder. I'm screaming and scrunching my eyes. I've got no idea what I've recorded and just hoped for the best. I've got literally a 5-year-old girl sat next to me. She's loving her life and I'm crying. That's nowhere near the extreme of Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror is faster than gravity itself.
Yeah, it pulls you.
Not a
Yeah.
chance. So I've never, I cannot do it categorically. It's a strong no from me. So I let Reese go on it, and then what I do is I go and meet the characters because Reese hates doing that.
I mean, that's a fair trade out.
I
But
think so.
yeah,
Oh
I
I
think
mean,
it's a fair trade out.
you can't go wrong. I mean, this thing you get best of both worlds. Reese gets to go on time, you get to give me characters.
Yeah.
Who did you
Yeah.
meet?
So this time round, well, I went to queue for Olaf. I'm not going to get into it. I had a bit of an argument with a cast member. Basically, because I'm like an older woman on my own, they just didn't want to help. They didn't want to take photos and videos. It was just a nightmare. I'm not going to get into it. So I went and met Woody and Jessie instead, just around the corner. And luckily, I befriended someone in the queue because you're in those queues for quite a long time. And I just sort of said to him, look, I am on my own. Would you mind doing my photos and videos? But you can see one of my videos, me and Woody together, and I'm going to Scout, come over here. Like she was videoing me from the queue, like over there. And I'm going, no, get in here. And she's like, okay, like really scared of me. I'm like, I need the video. So I met Woody and Jessie, and then we did the character dining as well for my birthday, and I just cannot tell you, that is the highlight from the trip. It is the best experience I've ever done. I've never character dined. It was nothing my parents ever used to do with us when I was little. None of my previous friends or boyfriends would ever let me do them either. So luckily married Reese, and he's like all for it. Yes.
Oh, perfect.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was amazing. We literally walked into the Disneyland hotel, and I thought Reese had like paid for it. I was so convinced, and he was like, no, it's just potluck. For the table, we just literally walked in, we got the castle in front of us, Main Street, all lit up. It was stunning. And do you know what? Although you pay, 200 euros for it, I think the fact that you get one minute or two with a character, undivided attention in that circumstance, you get to meet 4 characters. But Mickey number 1 goes off, gets changed, swaps over, comes back, and you get it all again. So we stayed there for 2 hours, and I was just literally smiling so much. I had the best time. And also one of my favorite food of the trip as well, because the chicken nuggets absolutely slapped. And the gravy, they had like a chicken gravy to go with it.
Oh yeah.
And then the Mickey shaped like potato waffle things.
Oh
Just
yeah.
amazing. So I ate like a 5-year-old.
You can't. I mean, you can't fault that.
You
Disney, regardless of the park, got some of the best chicken tenders or nuggets or anything chicken. They're just brilliant.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Everywhere
They
you
had
go.
lobster literally like climbing up the wall and stuff. And I went for the chicken nuggets.
As rightfully so. I think that you've done the right option there.
I absolutely agree.
I'm glad you're on board.
Oh well,
Of
yeah,
course.
obviously. It was a fancy lobster, Disney chicken nuggets on the menu.
You got Mickey-shaped food, the best food on earth.
Exactly.
Everything's better
Exactly.
Mickey shaped.
I'm just sat there with like my claws or whatever, and Mickey's coming around like, "You're right, mate. Do you want some lobster? Like, just bear with me a minute." Shell going everywhere. Like,
They get it for you. Lucas, dive in.
not happening. So yeah. Anyway, that experience was amazing. But some of the other food that I ate was just banging. There's some new like booths gone at the Toy Story Land, and there was a new burger that's happened, and oh my god, that was really good. And we had some beef balls from the old mill in Fantasyland, and what else? There was something else that was so good. Can't think of it now. It'll come to me at some other point. But it's just like the food is amazing, isn't it? You just go there for like
Yeah.
the ambience, the smells, the colors, the sounds, the music, like the rides, just everything.
Oh,
Disney is just everything. Those
yeah.
people that say to you like, "Oh, you're not a Disney freak, you just like Disney," and I'm like, it's not just about the films. It's so much more than that. When you
Yeah.
get into these parks, you just immerse yourself in that bubble and you embrace everything that Disney wants to just throw at you. And if you stand there with a smile on your face and embrace it all and let your inner child be free, you are going to have the best trip of your lifetime. If you stand there and you're embarrassed and you're not
100%.
going to get involved, you're going to hate every single second of it. You're in Disney, there's no judgment there.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
100%. Like my friends don't get it at all, and like
Mm.
until you go and experience what it's like to walk down Main Street for the first time,
Yeah.
it's such a hard feeling to explain because it's like it's overwhelming in a way with just like you said, your inner child just sort of goes, oh,
Yeah.
it's tough to explain.
Yeah, it's the best feeling ever, and when you are there, especially like for the first time, I know I felt that first time in like a decade. You know, I was obviously I liked Disney growing up, and you know, I've always had a place for it in my heart. But I come back to it. I think it all happened the moment I walked down Main Street for the first time again, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden it's like everything just clicks and goes
Yeah.
falls into place.
Yeah.
And if you go in with an open mind, because I think what people need to do and just let yourself feel all the emotions and the atmosphere,
Yeah.
then it's not this whole thing about, oh, you're a Disney adult. It's genuinely just about being happy and like in this
Oh my
massive
gosh, yeah.
bubble, this environment where everyone just wants to have
Yeah.
a really good time. You know, it's just incredible. You've both described it, I mean, perfectly, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what though, California does hit different because you just know that Walt walked
Yeah.
those streets,
I
and
yeah.
you enter and you see the fire station, and you sob your eyes out in there. Then you look across up and you see his office, and then you just I was very fortunate to do the Walt Disney Studio tour and go into his office and be a part of all of that as well, because it's very exclusive. Not a lot of people do it, and they don't throw hundreds of tickets out every year. And like, to be in that moment, and it sounds weird, the first thing we did on our trip to California is we went to see his grave, and we just stood there. We were the only people, all hundreds of thousands of people in the parks or cruises doing whatever. We were the only two people stood at his grave and just could have that moment to almost just thank him
Yeah.
for everything he's done, and almost his resilient like behaviors and mannerisms to get to this point, because we've all seen so many documentaries where
Yeah.
it was set to fail so many times, and without him just being persevering, being relentless, putting his foot down on everything, we wouldn't have any of this. We wouldn't be in this position now having this discussion. So to go and visit his grave as like our first stop felt like a really important thing to do. It's a weird thing, I know, but
No,
it felt
it's
like
really
right.
lovely.
Yeah.
Really, really lovely. Like he's a big part of the reason why we all love the same thing,
Yeah.
and have all these amazing memories and feelings about this company.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's really nice to sort of you being able to have that moment to say thank you.
Yeah,
That's really, really
definitely. It was
nice.
important to us, I think.
Yeah. It's something nice, I mean, you'll always remember that.
Yeah.
Oh
You'll
my
never
gosh,
forget.
yeah.
Right, so Steph, we have entered the part of the podcast where we're going to do our Disney roll call.
Okay.
Oh, so every
I'm
single
nervous.
week, I know we're nervous. Every single week, it's going to change and it's going to be different questions. But yours for this week is we're going to give you 10 different names of Disney characters, and you have the choice of 2 words to describe them. Either
Okay.
solid or pass.
Okay.
So we have picked these at random. These might be some of your favorite characters. These might be some of your least favorite characters.
I hope I know them.
I think you will.
Okay.
Right,
Oh,
Joe.
wait, what are my 2 words again? Pass,
Solid and pass.
Yes.
solid, and pass. Okay.
Joe, would you like to read them out?
Okay, so we're going in at the first character, and I think I know what your answer is going to be, because if it's anything different, is wrong. Mickey Mouse is the first character.
Obviously a solid.
Has to be a solid.
The main man himself, he's the
It
boss.
is. He's
Can't dislike him.
It all started with a mouse.
It did, but
All
also the
right.
only reason to dislike him is he does take our money.
He does. And to be fair, he takes a lot of it.
He hides them behind those big ears of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, character number 2. We've got Goofy.
Oh my gosh. A massive solid. He, I think, is the best character meet anyone can do.
Yeah. Oh, he's so fun. Such a the mannerisms of Goofy is just anything
He's
can happen.
goofy.
Yeah, anything can happen is brilliant.
Yeah.
He's such a wonderful character. Okay, then we've got Gaston.
I'm going to give him a pass.
Okay,
Ooh.
but
Now,
there's
my
no one quite
reasoning
like
for it-
Gaston.
Well, no. No, he is good eye candy in the Disney world.
Yes.
But what I would say is I think as a villain in total, there's just better ones. So if I had to dismiss a villain, he would be the one.
Yeah. No, that's
It's
yeah. No,
understandable.
that's fair. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Like as a villain, he could have done a lot better. To be fair, as a bad guy, yeah, I completely
Yeah.
agree with you.
Just like, what's the point?
Yeah, Gaston, step up, man.
Sorry,
Okay.
Gaston, you're cancelled.
Okay, Simba is next up.
Oh, what a little darling. A solid, of course.
Of course, of course.
Of course. I mean, Lion King's a classic film, I think, for anyone. And we all cry at the same moment. So I think any character from The Lion King, even Scar, he deserves a solid, you know?
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Oh.
the
No.
controversial. The third one of the video of the podcast. Right, on to the next. We are going with Ariel.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go for a solid. I love the uniqueness within the princess. And that sounds quite random, but there is quite no princess anywhere remotely near the same as her.
No.
Banging voice. Love the purple and like teal combination colors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's a great princess.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, we're gonna go on to Buzz Lightyear next.
Oh, what a legend. Obviously a solid.
Obviously, has to be.
Obviously.
Have you ever been a space ranger on the... Oh, there's different names for all the parks, isn't there?
Yeah, it is.
But
It
space...
is different names, but no, we've not ever been them, and we try every single time. I'm rubbish at this one. Reese always beats me anyway. So yeah, he produces one of the best rides within all of the Disney parks.
Yeah.
But Spanish Buzz is one of my faves.
Oh, yeah. Toy Story 3, Spanish Buzz is elite.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do love Buzz.
definitely. Definitely. Okay, next character we're gonna go with is Elsa.
Ooh. Now you've only given me two options. We can't go down the middle. So I'm going to go for a pass on Elsa.
Whoa, I'm
Got that
why
really
the
noise
pass?
Yeah, I mean, slightly controversial, I know, because she is the queen as such of Frozen, but I think she can come across quite stern and obviously, I don't know, she's just not very like loving, is she?
No.
In terms of like her character.
She's
And I
not quite
appreciate it's
Anna.
more of a sisterhood storyline and she warms up to it all and things like that. But you just don't initially gel and vibe with her. No, I'm pleased all's well that ends well kind of vibe. But I don't think she's the best one they've ever done.
Okay. I'm sticking with the Frozen theme. We're gonna go with Olaf.
Oh, of course, a solid. One of the best characters I think has ever been in animation.
Yeah, Josh Gad plays him so well.
Yeah.
He's such a... Yeah, he's so funny. Olaf Presents is one of my favourite shorts.
Yeah.
He's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And I also think some of the one-liners that come from him as well are amazing. Like, you know, some people worth melting for, and there's some really beautiful meanings behind his character as well, which I really, really love.
Oh yeah, and there's like there's so many people with low sort of words tattooed and stuff like that onto them, and it's so wonderful. Disney did a really good job of having that sidekick, you know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, now we're moving over to the ocean. What do you think of Moana?
I'm going to give it a pass.
Oh, do tell. Why?
Just not bothered.
No?
Just not bothered.
Wow.
I think some of the characters within Moana are great. The films are good, not bothered. I think there's just so much better out there when we think of like everything that is offered as a whole.
Yeah.
And I also like love what they've done in Epcot with obviously the film, but I just feel like there could have just been so much more as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Journey of Water is really a really fun, interactive experience, and is wonderful at the night as well. But you're right, there could have been a lot more done with
even just
with
a bit of a ride next to it or something. Just some.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you got to Seas with Nemo across the way.
Yeah. All right then.
Okay, and then the last one, our character number 10, we've got Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, now, okay. I have a real soft spot for Captain Jack Sparrow, as in Johnny Depp playing Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I think he's hysterical. The role was perfect. I'm a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Absolute solid from me. I think to be able to do all of those films and be consistent throughout, it's just a perfect character. It's amazing. I think without him, Pirates of the Caribbean wouldn't actually be Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think there's really a massive book.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
He's such
perfect casting.
exactly.
Oh.
Perfect casting.
Exactly. There's
Absolutely.
nobody else who could have played Jack Sparrow.
Oh,
Absolutely
absolutely.
nobody else. Yeah.
Amazing.
One of the best casting roles that Disney have ever done, I think, in terms of anything live action. Like Captain Jack is as Johnny Depp is the best.
Yeah.
Like you said, those films are not the same without him.
No, they're just not. It's just, even now people still imitate him, don't they? And things like that. They do that like run thing down the beach and stuff. It's just and we all look out for him on Pirates of the Caribbean. And if you tell me you don't, you're lying.
Oh no, you have to.
Oh, it's the best. It's one of the best parts.
He's there.
I know.
You know, the way they've done him on that ride, I can't, like, it feels like it's just him.
I know.
Yeah.
And once it wasn't it? He did once stand there, and that's why everyone's so convinced. But like, that's not his full-time job, guys.
Unfortunately, he should just be a full-time animatronic.
I feel like he would love that. I feel like he would love to do that if he could.
I know, how epic.
Yeah, it'd be so funny. Just imagine it was him all the time.
Yeah. It'd be great.
Incredible.
So good.
Fabulous. So that was the 10 characters done then.
That's on. That was our Disney roll call. That was
awesome.
Yeah, no, the first one.
Love it. Thank you. Awesome.
Oh, glad you enjoyed.
Do you know what? I was actually, for the first time ever, I've got my little notepad here.
Ooh.
Because I was like, just in case you fire something at me and my brain completely farts, I'm gonna write some notes. I even started just with your names at the top because I was like, that's the most important thing, right? Anyway, I realized how many times I've actually been to Disney. So I have kept my little track record so far, and I've never done this before and counted it all up. So Disneyland Paris so far 7 times, and that was, you know, with parents and friends and all of that kind of stuff as well. Florida 3 times and California once. And I mean, they say, what is it, the average that people go is like 3 times in a lifetime. So it's literally the only thing I'm above average on. It's so fun.
Same here. I think I've done Paris Park 8 times.
Yeah.
And I've done Walt Disney World 8 times as well. I've not done California. I'd love to. It's my absolute dream because it's the park that Walt built.
Yeah.
So that's the one I want to go see the most.
Yeah, of course. It is just amazing. And there's so much more out there as well, isn't there, with like the cruises and
oh my gosh,
all of the like ones over in Tokyo and all of that kind of stuff. But I think we're really fortunate for what we have and what we're able to access and how often we're able to access them as well. So yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it, that I was like, oh my gosh, that's actually quite a lot of time at Disney.
It's the best time at Disney though.
Best time.
Yeah.
That is very true. I mean, it's good because I've always had an interest in social media. So it just seems like a real fun way to merge them both. Now, Jack, I know you're the expert in this field. Like, it's your profession, it's your job, isn't it? But for me, it's like I've always had a massive interest in like marketing and social media and all that kind of stuff. And I always wanted to be like a TV presenter when I was younger. That was my dream job. If you were going to ask me what I wanted to do, that was my job. And I loved sport. So I always wanted to go and do it in sport in terms of like the speedway or the cricket or something like that. But I realized through bullying and also job interviews that I am very dyslexic and can't get my words out very well. And I struggle with speaking sometimes. Now, this is easy because I'm familiar with you guys and I love Disney. So this sort of just like rolls off the tongue. But sometimes when you're making conversation with new people or reading, I'm not as strong. So the TV sort of like presenting really was something that was whipped away quite quickly afterwards. And I found that social media during COVID became like a little way of almost being a little mini TV presenter for my own life. And I think that's the way that I've just fallen massively in love with it. And I have different accounts for, you know, work. I have like a house account, and Pebbles and Chester have their own account and all that kind of stuff as well.
So the stars of the show.
And it's just things like that it's like I have so many little clockworks and things. I just love watching the analytics. And then it was actually my really good friend Stephen, who we all know and love from Stephen's World Tours. He's my neighbor.
Oh wow.
And
Oh wow.
he was the one that pushed me. And he was like, Steph, you love Disney. You will be so good at this. People will love you. And I doubt myself daily, hourly, minute. Every single time I will go on my phone and I'll be like, oh God, why isn't it that people don't like me? What is it that's not clicking with people? What am I doing so wrong? And he was like, you will succeed. Just, keep persevering, keep doing it. So without Stephen, I never would have embraced my Disney love. And I did it on my main page because that is me. I didn't want to hide that because my school friends all bullied me massively because I was the fat one. I wasn't very good with my words. And what I didn't want this to then become was me trying to squirrel away and hide. And I'm okay with them unfollowing me. It's become like I've got used to it now. And I'm okay that they're going to screenshot and laugh at me. Not bothered. I now get to enjoy what I want to enjoy. I'm happily married, all that kind of stuff. I don't need anyone else's, almost like, I just don't need anyone else to tell me that this is okay or not okay. I can just get on with it myself. So a big thanks to Stephen on that one, because without him, I wouldn't have ever done this because I was so scared of my past. So yeah, just wanted to share that.
That's so wonderful, that you sort of overcome all of that and, wanted to share your life and your trips and how everything is sort of going is really like, wow, I actually had like goosebumps there whilst you were talking.
I know, I'm a bit like
oh
it's
yeah,
no.
but no, that's really lovely, and I'm so glad that you have made your page, and because it's brilliant, and obviously me and Jack are fortunate enough to be able to call you a friend, and it's really nice. I'm so glad that you did take the plunge into doing this.
Yeah, of course, because we all would never be in this position if we didn't just go, do you know what? Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just take that jump and go for it. And again, like we said, Walt did exactly the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So we all have something in common.
Yeah. It is all about taking that first step, that leap.
Yeah.
Into something that's is going to make us a lot happier in the long run.
Yeah. And I must admit, we don't do things for social media for the sake of doing it for social media. Everything we post is stuff that we've genuinely done in the parks. All our vlogs are very much like that as well. It's, we're not just putting these things on. We picked up a camera because we love the way that we do Disney, and we actually think people would actually be fascinated with it, because when you speak to anyone that's not a Disney person, they're like, what do you mean there's 6 parks? And what do you mean you've got dining reservations? And what do you mean? And you just think, just watch the video. It'll explain everything to you. We swear by rope strategy. And even now, people still don't really understand it, because there's rides that don't open first thing in the morning. No. There's rides that always break down. So you have got to plan your day so well. And that's kind of what we wanted to embrace, is that we were just going to show you what we do.
Yeah. No,
and if you love it and you want to embrace it and you want to do it, great, carry on. So that's kind of what our page is more about, is just you just get real-time content and footage from what we're actually physically doing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've been watching your vlogs recently. I've watched your was it your Thailand trip? That was it's brilliant. Just seeing that sort of style of life out there is brilliant, and you going to the hot springs and things like that. It was like such a cool thing to share and experience, and them thousands and thousands and thousands of steps that it seemed like it was.
The amount of times I cried and I broke down and I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And my sister was like, well, I'm going to just keep going. Then I was like, no, wait for me. I'm coming. And literally the bus had to wait 45 minutes. We were so late. I was like, I'm not doing this for 2 hours and not standing at the top and getting a photo so you can wait.
Yeah. No, and rightfully so. The view was absolutely incredible. It was well worth the journey up. And obviously you visited the night market there. That looked really something. Fair play.
Yeah. I mean, it's good fun, but it was dangerous going with my sister, because I was like, are we going to survive 18 days together? That was like the main thing. But we had the best time and it was nice. So yeah. But like I say, we just share exactly what we're doing, and it's fun for that reason. And then we get to do cool things like this on the side and all that kind of stuff. So we're not making money from it or anything. It's purely a hobby. It's an interest. It's a passion. It's love.
Love
Yeah,
that.
I think that's what people love your account for, because it is so authentic. And obviously, the way we, first started talking to you, it was through that. It's just a shared passion.
Yeah.
And, seeing what you guys get up to, it's just incredible. I mean, I remember seeing your Thailand trip, and obviously I think I was messaging you on Instagram when you was on it. I was like, oh my God, Steph, this is amazing. And it's like, because it's like have that friendship, we can talk about things like that. It doesn't just have to be Disney. We can just talk about what's going on in day-to-day life. And that's what's so great about our, community on platform, is that we're able to do that and interact with each other and actually care about what we're doing. It doesn't just have to be Disney related. It can be anything we're doing in life.
Yeah, it's great. It's so fun. Okay, well, I have some questions for you guys very quickly.
Ooh.
I wanted to fire some back,
Go
get
for it. Go for
So
it.
I was thinking more like a quick fire, the first thing that comes to your mind kind of answer that I wanted from you.
Right.
So firstly, I'll go with you, Joe. What is your quickest tip you can give anyone looking to go to any Disney park?
If you're going to Walt Disney World, go for the quick service dining plan, because I just think it's absolutely fantastic and well worth the money. If you're if you're there for 2 weeks, it's so worth the money. You'd be spending so much more on food if you don't have it. You get 2 quick services a day. You get a snack as well, and it's gonna last you through the day so easily. Especially, you gotta be smart with your snacks, though. You gotta be smart, because you can get a bottle of pop, which is a snack, or you can get like a Mickey waffle with cream and fruit, which is a snack, and that's usually my breakfast if I'm in the Magic Kingdom park.
I don't blame you.
So do the dining plan. That's my biggest thing.
Cool. Jack, go for it.
Bring a portable charger.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Because I remember on my last trip, I was taking so many photos and videos. My phone battery was just going down, and I was in that queue for Princess Pavilion for an hour and a half. And I remember I went from like 80% to 20%. And then I was like, I'm going to have to go back to the hotel soon and put my phone back on charge. Otherwise, I'm going to miss all of that, capturing all these moments.
I know. I would have been pure panicking, being like, if I'm literally getting Cinderella and this phone dies on me.
I was like, oh. Luckily, my partner's phone, had battery on it, which was good, because then it saved me. But then at the same time, because I know I'm having to use his, that's going down. And I was like, I can't miss this Cinderella moment. What am I going to do? And you don't realize, obviously, the amount you're on. Well, you're not really on your phone all the time, because obviously you're embracing the moment. But if you are taking pictures and you are taking videos, it uses so much battery life.
Yeah, it does.
You don't realize that in the moment until you're like, oh, wait a minute, why has it gone down so much? And especially if you've been for breakfast in the morning in the hotels, and then obviously you go for early magic hour. Yeah. So bring a portable charger. I am bringing probably 2 next time. No.
Smart.
Definitely. Well, you're right. It's a 6 a.m. start, isn't it? Before you do anything, and then your phone's off charge for that amount of time. Then plus you're in a different country trying to tether off God knows what. So it's just naturally easing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay, cool. I like those 2. Very good. Very good. And then my next thing would be a best quick fire thing straight away to say avoid.
Avoid. It's tough to say to avoid anything, because I just love it all. Parades. That's my hot take. That's my hot take. We said this earlier on in the episode. I'm standing by it. Parades. Avoid them.
I don't know if we can carry this on. I'm
Steph, don't say that.
And Steph ends the call. This podcast is cancelled. It's over. We're never.
We've done 1 episode. We're done. Thank you all for watching and listening.
I'm a little bit offended. Why? I have to know why. Because
the queues go down in time. You can squeeze in the character meet in that time.
Yeah.
And it's tougher to get about. But if you want to go ride something, the queue is going to be a lot less time. You can walk on to, not the most popular, don't get me wrong, but like I've walked on to Haunted Mansion whilst the parades have been on, and you know,
Okay, Joe,
that's
you're
my
not wrong.
take.
You're right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you,
do
thank
think, to
you.
be fair, if you're on like a couple of day trip,
Yeah.
100%, you watch it once, you don't need to see it for the rest of the 3 days or whatever.
I said that. It's
Yeah,
you need to see it once.
you have to see it once. However, I think if you were like a Disney local, right, and you were going there all the time, just like pop in
Oh
after
yeah.
work or whatever, they get so much done when the parades are on, and
Oh
like
my
it is
gosh,
a
yeah.
really good time. But okay, well, that's an interesting one. I'm glad you summarized because I was getting offended. Jack?
So the first thing that came into my mind is avoid the ham and cheese potato snack in the ratatouille area.
Ooh,
It's
okay. Why? What happened?
it's just foul. I love my food and Disney food in particular. As we all know, I bang on about those salami slices and
Mm.
day ends. I can have them all day, but the ham and cheese, like, oh god, it's horrible. It's like slime.
Ugh.
In a thought of it, I was making fun of it ill. But I just remember we had it, and it was like I don't know. I don't know if it might have just been cooked wrong, but it was just
Oh,
nasty.
yeah. Do you know what it is for me though? It's the smell of that. I don't eat cheese, so I would not be going anywhere near that anyway. But when you enter the French pavilion and you are literally walking past those little huts and you can just smell it, Reese said to me, he said, "Why are you running away from it?" He was trying to vlog, and I was like, I was literally like this. So I've got to
Oh,
go. I was like, it smells so bad. But then he did have it on our last day, and I was like, he's like, "Do you want to try some?" I was like, "No,
no,
no way."
Absolutely not.
it's a shame though because the ham and cheese raclette is really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really nice. I've had it often, but probably the same stuff. But so I wonder if it's the way the potatoes are made, or maybe it was just a bad day. But
Maybe.
yeah, just pot off every time I see them. I just think every time I see someone about to eat them, I think, good luck.
Yeah. Enjoy that, hun. Not for
Enjoy
me.
that. Enjoy that €7 you just spent on that.
I know. I would say actually my one, throwing myself in here, because much what you just said for your must do, Joe, I would say actually an avoid for Disneyland Paris specifically is a dining plan.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't think
worth
you
it there.
need it.
No.
I kind of get it if you've got kids in a way,
Yeah.
but Disneyland Paris, you do not need to do a sit down reservation every single day.
No.
That is a waste of time, a waste of money because they're not cheap. There is so many good snacks options and quick service style options. I know we don't quite have it the same in Disneyland Paris, but there is so many good stuff that avoid a dining plan unless you have got it as an absolute Barry bargain as part of your deal.
Yeah.
Do not go and spend the money on it because even just things like at the hotels, the breakfasts are so expensive. You can just go into the park and pick yourself up a waffle
Yeah.
or, whatever it is, or go. There's McDonald's in the village.
Yeah, yeah, and you could
You know
just
what I
pick up
mean?
pick up a meal, a breakfast meal, anyways, for like for
Yeah.
the two of you for
Yeah.
less than $20 or
Yeah.
€20.
God, I
Um,
kept saying dollars all the time.
Yeah,
I've
it's weird,
added,
isn't it?
I have to add in here. So I have done the meal plans the last time. The first time I went, we did the full thing: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That I agree. Don't bother. You do not need to have a full sit down meal for your lunch. Like you don't,
Mhm.
because and
Mhm.
also especially if you're doing the rice. I think God, I felt sick going on most of them.
Yeah.
The last two times we have done the half board, so
Mhm.
we get the breakfast and dinner. And to be fair, we've really enjoyed it because we have a thing of when obviously we stay at Cheyenne, and I know Steph, you stayed down your last trip.
Yeah.
So we love going to Cookwagon and having full breakfast every morning. So, but I understand for dinner, I can understand maybe because doing the breakfast now. So I think I'd keep breakfast included only because
Yeah.
I like we have the comfort of going from a room to going to the breakfast, and then that's kind of like our routine thing.
Mhm.
But I do agree with the dining part. Like, for dinner and stuff, we don't really need to. The only really place that we obviously always want to go to is Waltz every
Mhm.
single time. But
Mhm.
like you said, we can just go anywhere or go
Mhm.
there if we want to.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it's something to think about because I'll probably stick to breakfast. I'll probably keep
Mm.
breakfast included, only because the thought of having to pay for that on the door was
Oh my God, the price on the door is a joke.
yeah, I just be like, no. But yeah, I think I can understand you don't need to because there's so many options, and you got all of Disney Village as well. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
nice places to go. I want to go to a Nets next time I go.
That's really good. I liked the Nest when I went. It
Mm.
was
Mm.
really good, good food, good service.
Yeah, so that's my one. I just think, a lot of people say to me, because I did the dining plan last year, and although it was nice that we got to try so many different restaurants, we felt obliged to have to do it. And then our day almost felt like, oh, we've got to come out of this part now and go to XYZ and, do whatever. And it really interrupted our flow, which is why I think this time, like I said, we just had the 4 days, apart from our meal on the one evening for my birthday, everything else was free running. So, like, it just felt so much nicer. Stop off and grab a snack if you want to, or
Yeah.
right down to anything. And yeah, I just sometimes you don't need a three-course meal either, because the dinners are starters, mains, and desserts. You just
Yeah.
don't need that much food when you're
No.
doing a park day.
Oh my gosh, no, especially imagine like me and Jack obviously like Tower of Terror. Imagine doing that on a full stomach.
Oh,
There's just no chance. You know?
I'm the
Oh,
one laughing from outside at you coming out with sick down you.
You'd see us open up at the top.
it's so That's what it's
Oh,
there
God.
for. So hopefully it opens up.
God, that is a look. And the last one that I have for you, which I find really interesting, because everyone has different opinions. Now, I don't know whether you two have, maybe got the same brain in this, but most overrated ride.
Oh,
I'll let Jack go first.
I feel like
oh,
it's a
Peter
harsh
Pan. Sorry,
question,
Peter
but
Pan.
Did you say Peter
Peter
Pan?
Pan. Yeah,
I
Peter
agree.
Pan.
Peter Pan's Flight is the most
100%.
overrated ride. Do you
I
know?
went on it and I was like, what? I was like, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. The way it's made is beautiful. However, I do not understand why it is like a 45 and above minute ride every single time. It's a nice ride, but if it was up to me, I'd wait 10 max.
Yeah. Do you know? I agree with everything there. It's one of those right. It's lovely. It's really really lovely. It's really cute. It's sweet, but it shouldn't be like I've seen it upwards of like 100 minutes.
yeah.
It should never be that. For the ride it is.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be that. It's basically Winnie the Pooh's ride, but you go up in the air instead. It's the
Yeah.
exact same otherwise.
Yeah.
It's the typical dark ride.
Yeah, all the dark rides are similar, aren't they, in that
Yeah,
respect? Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
It's one of those like.
Yeah, all the parents, literally, you just see them, don't you, running down Main Street, dragging their child at
Yeah,
rope drop, and they're like, "Come on," because they don't want to stand there for hours
yeah,
in the queue, and that's why it's so busy, because everyone just flocks there.
yeah, yeah. I don't get it. I'd rather go on Star Tours.
Love Star
It's the
Tours.
best, and it's like a 5 minute wait all the time.
Love it. We're so
I went on
excited
it
we
last
shut
time.
this trip.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was completely. Oh,
I know. So sad.
That,
It's one of
yeah.
those classics that we tend to get it done in rope drop. You can normally get Buzz, Space Mountain, and Star Tours done within about genuinely 25,
Oh,
30 minutes.
yeah, yeah. If you catch the time right in the morning, you were set for the day for those
Yeah.
three. It's
yeah.
My one ride that I cannot stand queuing for, and I refuse to queue for, and I don't understand why people like it, and I'm sorry if you do, is
oh,
Smuggler's Run. I
that's
hate it.
fair enough. I think Smuggler's Run right depends on the pilot, and I know Jack hasn't had the opportunity yet to experience it yet because you will go and you were gonna love the everything about Walt Disney World and all the parks there.
Mm,
But it's heavily dependent on the pilot. I think anyways. I went on there on my last trip in September,
yeah.
and I had like two 6-year-olds piloting. I was engineer. This is all I was doing.
So you doing it with other people,
Yeah,
controlling the
there's
ride?
there's 6 of you in the ride vehicle. You got 2
Mhm.
pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. The engineers are basically push this button repeatedly to fix the ship. The gunners, you basically push this button repeatedly
No,
to shoot the things, and then the
no,
pilots are actually, driving the Millennium Falcon.
that's not
Mm,
for me.
If you've
No
got a
way.
good pilot, it's fine.
mhm.
Very often you don't get one, and like
No.
I was a single rider for most everything in my last trip because I went by myself.
Mm,
And yeah, it was rough. I would,
mhm.
but I'd say Smuggler's Run if it's a like 10 minute, 15 minute, I'd go on there, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't wait any longer than that.
No. No, not at all. And it's a shame because like Rise of the Resistance is arguably one of the best rides ever invented. The technology is phenomenal. I don't even care for Star Wars, but I can totally appreciate how fantastic that ride is. And then you've got Smuggler's Run next door. And I don't understand why people love it still so much. And I get that probably if you're a Star Wars fan,
Yeah.
there's not that many people that are that many Star Wars fans that queue has got to be that long all the time. It's just the worst ride.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a Star Wars fan, Smuggler's Run is good if you're the pilot, because you got that feeling of, oh my god, I'm flying a Millennium Falcon. Oh, it's that excitement. But you get over it quick because you've done it once or twice and you think, yeah, it's flying a Millennium Falcon. But yeah, I completely agree with you. Rise is absolutely brilliant. It is one of the best rides on property, I think. That and Guardians, I think they just the absolute best.
Yeah, they smashed it out of the park with those two for sure,
Yeah.
100%. And then for me as well, it is Radiator Springs, just that whole area.
Yeah.
I think collectively between those three rides, hats off to the Imagineering team on those.
Yeah.
They did a really, really good job.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's the end of my quick fire questions.
Love that.
Love it. I love having some questions back at us. It's
love it.
really nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The thing is, though, it has been, lovely chatting to you. And like we said, we were saying at the start of this that the main thing we want to do is bring people on that are, in the community and love what they do, because they have such a passion for it and love for it. And you just know that with you anyway. I mean, we know that anyway, but we love that we're able to at least give you like another way to shout out about it. And especially your love for Radiator Springs. I mean, you just make me want to go and visit even more now. I'm like, oh, I just want to go.
Joint trip, the three of us. Let's book it. Joint trip.
Don't even say we'll book it.
I know, me too.
Tell Reese when he's back. Sorry, Reese, we're going back to California.
Yeah, but
without you.
Without you, Reese.
Yeah, but there's three of us going this time. Just not you. Just not you.
I know. It is, Jack. You have to go at some point. Like, it's a big trip, but it is definitely well worth it. And I think you'll realize why I've maybe made those my favorite parks. But yeah, Radiator Springs, I know that you love it just as much.
Yeah, it's on the bucket list. I mean, one day I'll be there. I have a feeling like I will, because I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully the stars align and I'll find myself there and I can have that moment where the lights come on like you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Did you notice the third light, the blinking light being slower?
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
So they when I went, it was the Halloween special.
Oh, cool. So it was all themed.
So it was all themed. However, that did mean the fireworks at the castle were themed as well, and it wasn't as good, but they did such a good job of it at Radiator Springs. So it swings and roundabouts, it was like, because that meant that then the show we watched at the castle wasn't emotive, it wasn't great. The Phantasmic there is so good. But yeah, the light, just everything that they have in the film is literally there in person. It's just great.
So lovely. Yeah, it was definitely one to see. Would love to get a chance to.
Absolutely. Now, I wanted to, obviously, if you guys are still willing to, do some sort of giveaway, if that's okay.
Giveaway, yes, we are ready for it.
Woohoo! And it's not the clock, Jack, sorry.
Oh. Boo.
So what I was thinking is, I had so many compliments and questions on this jumper that I'm wearing.
Love it.
And loads and loads of people have placed orders recently with my lovely friend over at Fairy Tale Fabrics. So what I was going to do as part of the giveaway was I will personally pay for whoever the winner is to have whichever t-shirt they want printed by her. And, it doesn't have to be this one, just a lot of people like this one. She has some really, really amazing stuff. So yeah, whatever prints are available at the time of their order, then she'll get that all sent out to them as well. And I've asked her permission if she's okay for me to obviously say this on the podcast today and stuff.
That's amazing.
So a t-shirt on me. I'll be, like I said, I'll be buying it from her Etsy page and doing all, nothing's affiliated or anything like that. And So the way that we were going to run the giveaway for all the listeners, we were going to do something a little bit more exciting than just a post.
Yes.
So what I was sort of thinking of putting out the rules and regulations, once this podcast is posted, we could then maybe put the end date in the description, just because obviously we don't know necessarily the absolute launch date at the moment. So we can decide when we can end this giveaway. Now, the terms and conditions will be along the lines of the person to, hang on, let me get my words straight, to qualify as the winner, you will have to follow the podcast Instagram page. That is a terms and conditions of this, because I am gifting this to the podcast almost as an incentive, as a thank you for having me on. And if you can give the podcast a follow, give me a follow, and then send me a direct message with this special secret word.
Ooh, some shimmery noises too.
The word is ka-chow.
Ka-chow!
Oh,
Ka-chow! Very on brand. We love it.
Ka-chow.
how did
I
you not
feel
guess
like
that
it's
already?
predictable.
How?
We love it.
So yeah, so like I say, I'll go through it again. So people have to follow the podcast, follow me, and drop me a DM with the secret words in. And then I will populate all of the names together. And then once we decide what date we're going to be closing it, we'll do the giveaway. And then Fairy Tale Fabrics are ready to go with a t-shirt of your choice.
That's amazing. I'm so glad we've got the opportunity to host your little giveaway. It's amazing. I'm so excited. So excited. Ka-chow.
Awesome. Ka-chow.
Amazing.
Lovely.
Fabulous.
But no, thank you, Steph, for coming on and being our first ever guest.
First ever.
I mean,
it's a big moment.
Big moment
for all of us. You know, it's
I know.
Yeah, all three of us. I mean, it's incredible, and genuinely, thank you so much for taking the time to do this and for hosting your first live giveaway. I guess.
Well, it's my first ever one, regardless, and I thought, what an opportunity. It's an absolute privilege to be here, guys. Like, the fact that you straight away were like, Steph's the person to get on here is such a huge compliment, and I am so grateful for obviously you making the group in the first place, Jack, as well, with all of the creators over the UK, because we have made so many good friends in that environment, safe space. We do talk openly in there as well, so we share all kinds of different things. I think without that, we wouldn't be able to do things like this. So, thank you guys so much for creating this space for everyone as well. It's a massive kudos to you. And, I hope and pray people listen to this podcast and really do support you guys, because you are huge assets to this community.
Oh, thanks, Steph. That's really lovely. Like we said, we want to give back to this wonderful community. So this is kind of why we've started the podcast. So really appreciate that. It's so lovely.
No, you're more than welcome. Thank you. This is my first ever podcast I've done, so I hope and pray it went well. We smashed it, I think.
Amazing.
We've done so well.
We could chat for hours. That's the problem.
Literally. Oh my gosh. Literally could just go on and on and on.
Maybe I just need to be episode 2. Maybe you just
let's just carry it on. Let's just go for 3 hours.
Clear in half, go again. No, honestly, guys, thank you so much. And I can't describe the emotion I felt when I got your message to say that you were gonna, obviously, in the super duper secret group. And I've not told a single soul, only Reese, because he was there when I opened it, and I went, oh my god, and he was like, what? And I was like, oh god, I shouldn't really tell you, but I need to tell you because it's so exciting. And it's a huge compliment, and like I say, thank you. I hope to be back one day as well.
Definitely.
Like I said, certainly will get me on. Any holiday cover, I'm up for it.
I'll let you know on our sick weeks.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm sick.
I suppose it's the weekend now. The sun is shining.
I know, which makes a change. This British weather of ours is it's been a bit drab and horrid for the last couple of months, but now the weather's starting to turn. I think spring is finally here. I
know. I'm actually sweating sat here. I'm not going to lie to you.
I was sweating before we started, so it was all right.
I was on the dog walk before this, and I was like, oh my god, it's hot. And by hot, I mean it's 10 degrees.
I know. The Americans listen to us and be like, what are they on about?
Yeah, literally. They think 20 degrees is like cold. It's like,
I know.
you know,
We're in our shorts and flip-flops.
yeah,
Woo!
literally.
It's so amazing. But thank you again so much. And like I say, anytime, anything I can do for you guys, anything you need, shout. I'm there for you, and I
Amazing.
appreciate
No,
you so much.
we appreciate you coming on. This is wonderful. So
No.
wonderful. It's been such a great chat, and really enjoyed it.
Lush. Well, thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Steph.
See ya.
See you soon. Bye.
So that was an amazing first special guest with Steph, and we'd just like to thank her massively for taking the time out to come on with us and talk all things Disney and all things life. It was absolutely amazing, wasn't it?
She's so wonderful. I'm so glad that we were able to have her on, and obviously appreciate her taking the time out with her weekend to to come on and have a chat with us. It was really, really nice.
Absolutely. And we will be going more into the special giveaway that Steph announced on our podcast.
We will.
We will be going into it on our Instagram page. So if you want to see some more details, head over there and head over to Steph's page as well, where
100%.
you'll find out more about how to enter and hopefully win.
Best of luck to everybody who's going to enter Steph's giveaway. It's gonna be a good one.
Thank you everyone for listening to our first ever episode of Two Ears, One Mic, joined by the amazing Joe.
Thank you. It's been a great first episode. I can't wait to bring many more to everybody.
Yeah, we will be back next week with another very special guest, which will be announcing hopefully very, very soon.
Ooh, exciting stuff. Super top secret.
Super top secret. But if you follow us on social media on Instagram at 2is1mic, you will find out more.
Sounds amazing.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening, and hope you all have a good day.
Yes, thank you all.